Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's session. We are continuing our UPSC CSC series on CSAT, all right, the CSAT exam. And this is, again, the topics here covered are based on quantitative aptitude, which is one of the major areas in CSAT. And, not just CSAT, but for almost every competitive examination that you will write, such as SSC, PSC, RRB, RBI, bank exams. All right. So quantitative aptitude is one of the most important areas in all these examinations, and hence these series are useful for almost every aspirant who are planning to write a competitive exam. Okay. So in today's lesson, we are going to look into another topic, time and distance. This is the 13th video of this lecture series. There are some more yet to come. So today's topic is time and distance. We will only be doing 10 questions from this portion, covering all types of questions, okay, that can possibly come from this area. And then, you practice on your own, do more questions to gain more confidence and speed. That's it. All right. So in CSAT exam, you need 66.66 marks, correct? Or you have to have 33% correct and 1/3 correct answers to, qualify for paper 1. Correct. Otherwise, paper 1 won't be evaluated. So you need a minimum qualifying marks of 33% in paper 2. Clear? So that means around out of 180, 1/3 of that. All right. So let's begin today's session, time and distance. So, introduction. Again, this is very much basic. All these questions can be done with proper logic. Okay, so this is more about visualizing the question and trying to arrive at the answer logically than by harding any kinds of formulas. All right, so first of all, what is speed? These are things that we have learned in our upper primary classes. Speed is equal to distance by time. Correct? We have learned this formula, S is equal to D by T, or distance is equal to speed into time, or time is equal to distance by speed. Correct? So this is the base with which we are doing all the questions today. But the thing is, in some of the questions, the unit will be different. In certain cases, speed will be given in the unit of kilometers per hour. In certain cases, it's given in meter per second. So accordingly, you will have to change the unit before doing the answer. Okay, so how to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second? Multiply it by 5/18. Okay, so simply multiply the, say, if for example, if it is saying that 36 kilometers per hour, this is equal to 36 into 5/18 meter per second. That is 10 meter per second. Clear? Similarly, if you have to convert it in the other way, how to convert, say, 10 meter per second to kilometer per hour? 10 meter per second can be converted to kilometers per hour by multiplying by 18 by 5. So 10 into 18 by 5 is equal to 36 kilometers per hour. Okay, so this, please bear in mind this conversion, how to convert kilometers per hour to meter per second and vice versa. Because very handy, sometimes the question will be given in one unit and the options will be given in the other unit. So you will have to appropriately adjust while giving the final answer. Okay, now, if the ratio of the speeds of A and B is A is to B, okay, ratio of speeds is A is to B, then the ratio of the times taken by them to cover the same distance is B is to A. Understood? Say, for example, ratio of speed of A is to B. Okay, speed ratio A is to B is equal to 1:2. That is, for example, say A is traveling at 50 kilometers per hour, and that means B is traveling at 100 kilometers per hour. Correct? 1:2. Then the ratio of their times would be 2:1. What does this mean? This means A will take twice as much time as that of B. That is correct, right? A is going at half the speed. So it will take twice the time. So the ratios of speed and time will always be the reciprocal of each other. Okay, keep that in mind. Very, very useful to do a lot of questions. Another one. Suppose a man covers a certain distance at x kilometers per hour and an equal distance at y kilometers per hour. Okay, so the total length is say 2x. Okay, and man covers half of that distance in x kilometers per hour and the other half in y kilometers per hour. I will write this as 2 say z. Okay, total distance as 2z. Okay, half is covered by half is covered in x kilometers per hour and the rest is covered in y kilometers per hour. Then the average speed is given by 2 into xy by x plus y. Okay, this is the formula. Please bear this in mind. Very, very important. You cannot simply add it and divide by 2. Okay, so in this case, based on this diagram, you might think that the average speed would be x plus y by 2. Correct? This is actually wrong. It is not x plus y by 2. It is actually 2xy by x plus y. This is the average speed. Okay, so this is one area where you could go wrong. So please make sure to keep this in mind. So with all this information, we are going to start doing questions. Okay. First one. How many minutes does Aditya take to cover a distance of 400 meters if he runs at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour? Okay, how many minutes does Aditya take to cover a distance of 400 meters if he runs at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour? So most of the questions that we do are based on R.S. Agarwal textbook. It's a very good textbook. You can buy it. It's worth your money. Okay, and there are plenty of problems there. You can try to solve them also. So here the question is very simple. You have to find the time, distance is given, and speed is also given. So distance is equal to speed into time. Correct? This implies time is equal to distance by speed. Correct? So here the only problem is distance is given in meter and speed is given in kilometer per hour. So you have to convert the whole thing into a common unit, a same unit. Correct? So we can write that Aditya's speed is equal to 20 kilometers per hour. How can we convert this to meter per second? Is equal to 20 into 5 by 18 meter per second. Correct? So this is equal to, cancelling by 2, we will get 50 by 9 meter per second. Got it? So now we have converted speed in terms of meter. So now we can simply substitute the formula and find the answer. Therefore, time taken to cover 400 meters is equal to 400 into 9 by 50. How did I do this? This formula, time is equal to distance by time. So 400 divided by 50 by 9, that is 400 into 9 by 50. Okay, so this is equal to 72 seconds. So what does this mean? 72 seconds means 1 minute and how many seconds remaining? 12. So 12 by 60 minutes. So this is equal to 1 minute and this is 1 and 5. 1 by 5 minutes. So together 1 and 1 by 5 minutes. Answer is option A. Okay, so just be careful about the units, different units given in the question. Make sure that when you actually solve it, every unit is normalized. You have to either convert the whole thing into kilometer or the whole thing into meter. Once you do that, then simply apply the formula and find the answer. Okay. So that was a very easy question. Such questions are not much seen in any examinations. The questions that come are slightly more difficult. So we will be doing similar ones in upcoming slides. So a dog takes 4 leaps for every 5 leaps of a hare. But 3 leaps of a dog are equal to 4 leaps of a hare. Compare their speeds. Okay, a dog takes 4 leaps for every 5 leaps of a hare. But 3 leaps of a dog are equal to 4 leaps of a hare. How do we do this? Let the distance, I am writing down everything so that you can revise this later. Okay, let the distance covered in 1 leap of dog is equal to x. Okay, and let the distance covered in 1 leap of hare is equal to y. Clear? So according to the question, 3x is equal to 4y. Correct? 3 leaps of a dog are equal to 4 leaps of a hare. So 3x is equal to 4y. Correct? This implies x is equal to 4y by 3. Also correct? Now, ratio of speeds of dog and hare is equal to ratio of distance covered by them in same time. Correct? What does this mean? 4x is to 5y. So a dog takes 4 leaps for every 5 leaps of the hare. Okay, so this is the ratio of their distances. Question is asking for the ratio of their speeds. Correct? So these ratios will be same. If it was the ratio of time, then that would be reciprocal. Correct? But as for speed and distance, the ratios will be accordingly matched. So 4x is to 5y is the ratio of their distance. So simply substituting the value of x from this equation, we get 4 into 4y by 3 is equal to, is to 5y. Implies 16y is to 15y. And we can cancel out the y's. So the final answer is 16 is to 15. Option A. Understood how I did it? Everything is given in the question. So here in the question, it's given that 3 leaps of a dog are equal to 4 leaps of a hare. Okay, so that is the ratio of their distances. So that is done. Then a dog takes 4 leaps for every 5 leaps of the hare. That is the ratio of the speeds. Okay, so ratio of the speeds of the dog and hare is equal to ratio of distance covered by them. So these two ratios should match. Okay, we can directly substitute as such. I mean, not exactly matching, but I'm saying that we can substitute one value in the other one. But if we were taking this ratio of this time, then we cannot directly substitute it. We have to take the reciprocal of it and then substitute. Clear? So once we substitute the value of x in this ratio, we can easily find the final value as 16 is to 15. Moving on. While covering a distance of 24 kilometers, a man noticed that after walking 1 hour and 40 minutes, the distance covered by him was 5 by 7 of the remaining distance. What was his speed in meters per second? Okay, underline the important points in the question so that you won't miss it later. Okay, it is asking in meters per second. That is very, very important, very, very relevant. All right, so while covering a distance of 24 kilometers, a man noticed that after walking 1 hour 40 minutes, the distance covered by him is 5 by 7 of remaining distance. not the total distance. So we have to find how much distance has this man walked already and what is the remaining distance, etc., etc. That is how we start. So let speed be x kilometers per hour. Okay, then distance covered in how much time? 1 hour 40 minutes, correct? 1 hour 40 minutes is equal to how much? What is the distance covered in 1 hour 40 minutes if the speed is x? Distance is equal to speed into time, correct? So we cannot actually say that 1 hour 40 minute x. Okay, that is not a value. So we simply convert this in terms of hours. Okay, so 1 hour 40 minutes is equal to 1 hour and 40 by 60 hours, correct? So this is equal to 1 and 2 by 3 is equal to 5 by 3 hours. So the distance is equal to the distance covered is equal to 5 by 3 x. Did you understand? 5 by 3 x kilometers. Simple. Distance is equal to speed into time. So we are assuming speed as x kilometers per hour and the time is 1 hour 40 minutes. So we have to convert time into either hours or minutes. So here the x we took in kilometers per hour. So we are converting the whole time in hours. Okay, so 1 hour 40 minutes means 1 hour and converting minutes to hours, dividing by 60. 40 divided by 60. That is 1 and 2 by 3. That is equal to 5 by 3. Converting a mixed fraction into an improper fraction. Okay, so we get 5 by 3x as the distance covered. Now, what is the remaining? Remaining distance is equal to 24 minus 5 by 3x, correct? Total distance is 24. So now the remaining distance is 24 minus 5 by 3x kilometers. Correct. According to the question, the man noticed that after walking for this much time, the distance covered by him, okay, is equal to 5 by 7th of the remaining distance. So the distance covered by him is what? This much, 5 by 3x. This is equal to 5 by 7th of the remaining distance. Correct? So this is our equation. And now we have to simply find the value for x and then convert it into meters per second. Clear? So let's solve this. This would be is equal to implies 5x by 3 equals 5 by 7 into 72 minus 5x by 3. Okay, we can cancel this 3 and this 3, this 5 and this 5. All right. So this implies 7x is equal to 72 minus 5x, implying x is equal to 6. Correct? So we got the value of x as 6. But the question is speed in meters per second. This is kilometer per hour. So simply converting into meters per second. 6 into 5 by 18 meters per second is equal to how much? 5 by 3 is equal to 1 and 2 by 3 meters per second. Answer is option B. I hope you understood how I did this. If there are any doubts, please feel free to ask. You can ask any doubts in the live chat. I will look into it and get back to you. Okay, next question. A man traveled from the village to the post office at a rate of 25 kilometers per hour. Okay, so his house is somewhere here in the village and we will denote it by B. Okay, and then the post office is somewhere here. He walked towards the post office from the village at a rate of 25 kilometers per hour and walked back at the rate of 4 kilometers per hour. If the whole journey took 5 hours and 48 minutes, so total time is equal to 5 hours 48 minutes. Find the distance of the post office from village. That is the question. Okay, so let's start. Total time is equal to 5 hours and 48 minutes. So we have to convert this into in terms of hours. Okay, so this is equal to 5 hours and 48 by 60 hours. This is equal to 5 and this is 4 by 5. 5 and 4 by 5 is equal to 5 into 5, 25, 29 by 5 hours. This is the total time taken to and fro together. Okay, so he went to the post office at a speed of 25 kilometers per hour and then he came back at a speed of 4 kilometers per hour. So what is the average speed? Average speed has to be found out by the formula 2xy by x plus y. It is not x plus y by 2. Okay, when the distance is same and the speeds are different, the average speed is found by the formula 2xy by x plus y. Therefore, average speed is equal to 2xy by x plus y is equal to 2 into 25 into 4 divided by 25 plus 4 is equal to 200 divided by 29. Correct? So this is the average speed, this much kilometers per hour. So now we got the average speed and now also the distance. So how do we find the time? Question is asking, time is, we got the speed and time. So we have to find the distance. Question is asking the distance of post office from village. So distance is equal to speed into time is equal to 200 divided by 29 into time is 29 divided by 5. 29 cancelled. This is equal to 40. Correct? 40 kilometers. But this is the total distance to and fro together. So what is the distance from village to post office? Half of this. Okay. So village to post office distance is equal to 40 divided by 2. That is 20 kilometers. So our answer is option A. Understood? In every case, you have to bring everything into such a format to use this equation, distance is equal to speed into time. That's all. Okay, everything, all the data that is necessary for you to arrive into it, that will be given in the question. So bring all together such that you can eventually use this formula by simple substitution. That should be your target. Okay, moving on. An aeroplane flies along the four sides of a square at the speeds of 200, 400, 600 and 800 kilometers per hour. Find the average speed of the plane around the field. A very direct question. So there is a square field. Okay. So square field means all sides will be of equal length. Correct? So let that be x. Okay. And this plane actually goes around this field in different speeds. So in one distance it goes at 200 kilometers per hour. Here it flies at 400 kilometers per hour. Here 600 and here 800. Now we have to find the average speed. All right. Now this is not a big deal again. Very simple question, very direct question. How do we find this? Let each side of the square be x kilometers. Okay. And let average speed of the plane be y kilometers per hour. Okay. X is the distance and y is the average speed. That is what we have to find. We have to find the value for y. So how do we find this? X by 200 plus x by 400 plus x by 600 plus x by 800 is equal to 4x by y. Did you understand this? Distance by speed is equal to time. Correct? Distance by speed is equal to time. So x is the distance. In this case, x is the distance and 200 is the speed. So distance by speed. Now here same, x is the distance and 400 is the speed. Correct? Similarly here also x is the distance and 600 is the speed. And finally x is the distance and 800 is the speed. So total, we are adding all these together. Distance by speed is equal to, what is the total distance and speed? Total distance is x plus x plus x plus x, that is 4x, divided by total speed, that is average speed, which is assumed as y. Okay, now simply solve for y. Because we have x on both sides of the equation, we can actually take it common and cancel it out. So x into 1 by 200 plus 1 by 400 plus 1 by 600 plus 1 by 800 is equal to 4x by y. So y, sorry, one second. Oops, one second guys. Yeah. Four x by y. So x and x cancelled. Now we have to simply find the value for y. So y is equal to how much? Oh no, before that we can take LCM here. Okay, this implies, what is the LCM of 200, 400, 600 and 800? LCM is 2400. 24 divided by 2, 12, plus 24 divided by 4, 6, plus 24 divided by 6, 4, plus 24 divided by 8, 3. So 12 plus 10, 22 plus 3, 25. Correct. This is equal to 25 by 2400 is equal to 4 by y. Alright, so y is equal to 2400 into 4 divided by 25. This is equal to how much? Okay, this is a big calculation, I think. 25 goes 4 times in 100. So 24 into 4, which will be 24 into 2 is what? 48 into 2, 960. Correct. 96 into 4, 90 into 4, 360, and 6 into 4, 24. So 384 kilometers. Answer option. Did you understand? Again, we have to bring everything down to distance by speed is equal to time. That is the core formula. So bring everything into that. That's all we have to do. Next question. Running at 5 by 6 of the usual speed, a train is 10 minutes too late. Find the usual time to cover the journey. Okay, a train is actually running at 5 by 6 of its usual speed. So suppose its usual speed is 10, then it is actually running at 5 by 6 into, if its usual speed is 12 kilometers per hour, then it is actually running at 5 by 6 of this speed. That is only 10 kilometers per hour. Okay, so this is what is given. We have to find the final speed, or means original speed. How do we do this? Again, assume something and then use the formula. So, new speed is equal to 5 by 6 of usual speed. Correct? No doubt. Now, new time. What will be the new time? If the speed ratio is 5 by 6, what will be the time ratio? In the first slide, I told you, it will be the reciprocal. So, it is 6 by 5 of usual time. Correct? There. Okay, that was thunder. All right. So, new speed is this and new time is this. Therefore, 6 by 5 of usual time minus usual time is equal to how much? 10 minutes. Correct? The train is late by 10 minutes. So the new time minus old time or the usual time, that is 10 minutes. Correct, right? So 1/5 of usual time is equal to 10 minutes. Is this correct? 6/5 of usual time minus usual time. So 6/5 minus 5/5, that is 1/5. So 1/5 of the usual time is 10 minutes. So usual time is what? 10 into 5 is equal to 50 minutes. Answer option B. Did you understand? Did you understand the logic? Here, the only thing you have to remember is the ratio of speeds and time are actually reciprocals of each other. So if the new speed is 5/6 of the usual speed, new time will be 6/5 of the usual time. Okay, so 6/5 of the usual time minus usual time, that gives the difference. Okay, the delay, that is given as 10 minutes, which means 1/5 of the usual time is 10 minutes. So the usual time is 50 minutes. Got it? No calculations or anything. This is all about having that logic. All right, moving on. A goods train leaves a station at a certain time and at a fixed speed. We don't know the time or speed. After 6 hours, an express train leaves the same station and moves in the same direction at a uniform speed of 90 kilometers per hour. This train catches up with the goods train in 4 hours. Find the speed of goods train. Okay, actually not that difficult question. Again, this is actually pretty easy once you get the idea. Let speed of the goods train is equal to x kilometers per hour. Okay, we are assuming it as x kilometers per hour because we do not know the actual speed. It's not given. Distance covered by goods train in 10 hours is how much? It is saying that after 6 hours, an express train leaves the same station and moves in the same direction at this speed. And this train catches up the goods train in 4 hours. Correct. So the total time difference is actually 10 hours. 6 hours plus 4 hours. That is why I took it as 10 hours. So distance covered by the goods train, which got a head start in that time difference, that is 10 hours, is how much? Distance is speed into time. That is x into 10 is equal to 10x. Correct? But we do not need this. Why? Because this distance is same as distance covered by express train in 4 hours. Correct? After 4 hours, the express train has caught up with the goods train, which means the distance covered by the goods train in 10 hours is equal to the distance covered by the express train in 4 hours. Correct? So these two are basically equal. This is also equal to 10x. Get it? So 10x is equal to, what is the distance covered by the express train in this 4 hours? Speed into time. So speed is 90 and time is 4 hours. So 10x is equal to 360, or x is equal to 36 kilometers per hour. Understood? See, nothing. The question is lengthier, very lengthy, but solving is pretty easy once you get the idea. So here one train is starting earlier, the other train is starting after some time. But both of them will catch up at some point of time. So what is this delay? We have to find that. And it's given as 6 hours. And then it runs for 4 hours to catch up. So total time difference is 10 hours. So the distance traveled by goods train in 10 hours will actually be equal to the distance traveled by express train in 4 hours. Only then can they catch up, correct? So just equate these two and find the answer for x. All right, moving on. I walk a certain distance and ride back, taking a total time of 37 minutes. Okay, so some distance from A to B. So I walk a certain distance and then ride back. Total time taken is 37 minutes. Okay, I could walk both ways in 55 minutes. So had I walked from A to B and then B to A, then I would have taken I would have taken 55 minutes. How long would it take me to ride both ways? Clear? So very interesting question. How do we do this? Let's assume, let the distance be x. Okay, let the distance be x kilometers. All right, then time taken, be very careful here, time taken to walk x kilometers plus time taken to ride x kilometers. This is equal to 37 minutes. Correct? From this diagram, I wrote that. Time taken to walk x kilometers and to ride x kilometers together is 37 minutes. Correct? So similarly, from this diagram, second diagram, time taken to walk 2x kilometers is equal to 55 minutes. Correct? Forward x, backward also x, and both are walking. So the total time is 55 minutes, also given in the question. Now, from this statement, we are multiplying this statement by 2. Time taken to walk 2x kilometers plus time taken to ride 2x kilometers is equal to 74 minutes. That is 37 into 2. Correct? We are multiplying this statement by 2. So time taken to walk twice the distance plus time taken to ride twice the distance, that is 37 into 2, that is 74. Also very much logical. Correct? Doing 2 times the same thing. This first diagram. So the distance will be twice. So the time also will be twice. So that is 74. But time taken to walk 2x kilometers is only 55. Which means time taken to ride 2x kilometers is equal to how much? 74 minus 55 is equal to 19 minutes. Did you understand? Isn't it very simple? Correct now? Time taken to walk 2x kilometers, we got it here. Time taken to walk 2x kilometers plus 2x, ride 2x kilometers is equal to 74 minutes. So subtract the first one, 55 from 74. That will give you the time taken to ride 2x kilometers. And that is what is being asked in the question. Got it? No huge mathematical things or anything. Very simple, very direct, simply based on logic. Okay, moving on. This question was actually asked in UPSC a long while ago. Okay, I think it was 2003 or something. A farmer traveled a distance of 61 kilometers in 9 hours. He traveled partly on foot at 4 kilometers per hour and partly on bicycle at the rate of 9 kilometers per hour. Distance traveled on foot is what? That is the question. This was actually asked in UPSC. Can you believe it? Very simple question. How to solve it? That is the tricky part. Let's do. So let the distance. Okay, we are assuming that the distance traveled by foot is equal to x kilometers. That is the question. Okay, the distance traveled on foot. That is what we have to find. And we are assuming that to be x kilometers. Then distance traveled on cycle is equal to how much? Total it is 61 kilometers. So if on foot you have traveled x kilometers, then the distance traveled by cycle is the remaining distance, correct? That is 61 minus x. All right, now simply apply the formula. Distance is equal to speed by time. So x by 4, okay, distance is equal to speed by time, or time is equal to distance by sorry, yeah, speed. All right, so sorry about that. Okay, so using this formula, x by 4 plus 61 minus x by 9 is equal to 9. Is this correct? X is the distance and 4 is the speed. Okay, so basically we are getting time. Distance by speed is equal to time. So this time on foot plus this time on bicycle, that is the total time. Correct? That is given as 9 hours. Now simply solve for the value of x and that is your answer. So what is the LCM? 36. Correct? So I am simply solving it. If you have any questions, ask. Okay. So 9x plus 4 into 60, 240 and 4, 244 minus 4x is equal to 9 into 36. Implies 5x is equal to 9 into 36 is what? 10 into 36 is 360. 360 minus 40 is 320 plus 4, 324. 324 minus 244 is equal to 80. Correct? So x is equal to 16 kilometers. Option C. Understood? Again, I am repeating the same thing again and again. Convert everything into a fashion that will fit into this formula. Distance is equal to speed into time, or time is equal to distance by speed, or whatever. One of that three types. Once you get that, all you have to do is solve for the missing variable. Clear? So this was the 9th question, and this is our final question for the day. A car travels the first 1/3 distance with the speed of 10 kilometers per hour. Let's draw a diagram. So this is the total distance. 1/3 of this is traveled by the car in 10 kilometers at 10 kilometers per hour speed. The next 1/3 is traveled by the car in 20 kilometers per hour. And the last 1/3 distance is covered in 60 kilometers per hour. Average speed of the car in the whole journey. Very, very simple question. Again, this is a UPSC question. Okay, so what is the average speed? Let's the whole distance be x kilometers. Correct? I mean, if we have to find the average speed, then we have to find the speed first. Okay, with the formula distance by distance by time. This is given, for 1/3 speed is given. This 1/3 speed is traveled at 10 kilometers, this by 20 kilometers per hour, and this by 60 kilometers per hour. So we are assuming the total distance as x. Now, let's average speed. This is what we have to find, okay? Of car is equal to y kilometers per hour. We have to find the value for y. That is the question. Therefore, x by 3 divided by 10. Okay, x by 3 is what? Distance. 10 is speed. So distance by speed will give you time. So this plus again x by 3 divided by 20 plus x by 3 divided by 60. So this is the total time. And what is this? This is equal to total distance by total speed or average speed. correct? Because we have x in the numerator as common, we can cancel that out. Now, this implies 1 by 30 plus 1 by 60 plus 1 by 180 is equal to 1 by y. Implies, what is LCM? 180. So 180 divided by 30 is 6 plus 3 plus 1 is equal to 1 by y. Okay, so this implies 10 by 180, that is 1 by 18 is equal to 1 by y, or y is equal to 18. Got it? Very simple, very direct questions. These are the kinds of questions that you get from distance and speed. Okay, this topic in almost every exam, whichever exam you write, this is the type of questions that you will get. The numbers will vary. In certain cases, calculations will be slightly more difficult, but this is the approach that you have to take. Okay, so I hope you understood whatever I was trying to teach today. Thank you for joining. I will upload the entire notes in the Telegram channel right away. Please make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share with your friends. Alright, so I will meet you again at 8 p.m. today with environment lecture. Until then, see you.